magic of start of winter. As the last leaves fell from the trees and a frosty breeze filled the air, Timmy and his friends gathered around Granny Rose, eager to learn more about the enchanting start of winter. "All right, my curious explorers," Granny Rose began with a twinkle in her eye. "Let's dive into the wonderful traditions of the start of winter. This special time marks the beginning of the chilly season, and it's when nature itself gets ready for the cold days ahead." Timmy's eyes widened with wonder. He loved learning about how nature changed with the seasons. During the start of winter, Granny Rose continued, "The world around us starts to slow down. Trees prepare for their long winter's nap, shedding their leaves and storing energy for the months ahead." Timmy imagined the trees wrapping themselves in cozy blankets of leaves, getting ready for a long winter's sleep. Animals, too, are busy getting ready, Granny Rose added. Some grow thicker fur coats, while others gather extra food to store away. It's like a big, natural sleepover party. Timmy giggled at the thought of animals having a cozy sleepover in the forest. "But you know, my dear explorers," Granny Rose said with a twinkle in her eye, "we humans have our own special traditions during the start of winter." Timmy and his friends leaned in closer, eager to hear more. "We gather together with our families and friends to celebrate this special time," Granny Rose explained. "We share warm meals, tell stories by the fire, and maybe even have a little dance to keep our spirits high." Timmy's heart warmed at the thought of cozy gatherings with loved ones. During the start of winter, we also take some time to reflect on the year that has passed and think about our hopes and dreams for the future, Granny Rose added. "It's like a little pause button before we step into the excitement of the holiday season." Timmy nodded, understanding the importance of taking a moment to appreciate the changing seasons. And with that, Timmy and his friends were filled with a newfound appreciation for the start of winter. It wasn't just about the cold weather, it was a time of preparation and reflection, a time when nature itself slowed down to get ready for the cozy months ahead. They couldn't wait to explore more of these wonderful traditions with Granny Rose as their guide. As the days grew shorter and a gentle frost covered the ground, Timmy and his friends gathered around Granny Rose once again, eager to delve into the secrets of winter health. "All right, my little health explorers," Granny Rose began. "Let's talk about how we keep our bodies strong and healthy during the start of winter. It's like giving ourselves a cozy winter coat from the inside." Timmy's eyes sparkled with curiosity. He loved learning about ways to stay strong and healthy. People believed that during the start of winter, it's important to eat special foods that give us lots of energy and keep us warm. Granny Rose continued. Families come together and enjoy nourishing dishes that make them feel strong and happy. Timmy's stomach rumbled in agreement. He could almost taste the delicious winter dishes. One of the favorite dishes is called rice cakes. Granny Rose explained. It's made with special sticky rice and ingredients like dragonite fruit and a little bit of wine. It's like a warm hug for your tummy. Timmy's mouth watered at the thought of the tasty rice cakes. Then there's sesame oil chicken. Granny Rose continued. It's a dish made with tender chicken and a special kind of oil that smells really good. It's like a super cozy blanket for your insides. Timmy imagined himself savoring a bowl of warm sesame oil chicken. And let's not forget about herbal soups, Granny Rose added. They're made with special herbs that have been used for a long time to keep people healthy. They warm you up and make you feel like a strong winter warrior. Timmy's friends nodded in agreement, imagining themselves sipping on warm herbal soups. These dishes, Granny Rose emphasized, are like magic potions that boost our health and help us stay strong during the chilly winter days. They're like a secret recipe for staying warm and happy. As Granny Rose finished her tale, Timmy and his friends were filled with excitement. They couldn't wait to try these nourishing winter dishes and feel the strength and warmth they brought. The start of winter wasn't just about chilly weather, it was also about delicious, health-boosting foods that made you feel like a winter superhero. With thoughts of rice cakes, sesame oil chicken, and herbal soups in their minds, they left Granny Rose's cottage, eager to embrace the winter season with healthy bodies and happy hearts. They knew that with the right foods, they could conquer any winter adventure that came their way. With the arrival of the start of winter, Timmy and his friends found themselves in the heart of a bustling farm. Farmer Joe, with his warm smile and big straw hat, greeted them enthusiastically. Hello, young adventurers. Welcome to our farm, Farmer Joe exclaimed. Today, we're going to learn about the special traditions of harvesting during the start of winter. Timmy's eyes widened in excitement. He loved being on a farm and learning about how food was grown. As the start of winter approaches, Farmer Joe began, farmers like me gather together to harvest the ripe crops. It's like a big celebration where we thank the land for giving us such wonderful food. Timmy imagined rows of golden corn and plump pumpkins, ready to be picked. We gather up all the fruits and vegetables that are perfectly ripe and ready to be eaten, Farmer Joe continued. This provides us with a good supply of food to enjoy during the winter months. It's like putting away snacks for a big winter picnic. Timmy's friends giggled at the idea of a winter picnic with all their favorite fruits and vegetables. Especially in the central and southern parts, Farmer Joe added, we have the pleasure of juicy oranges and tasty eggplants. They're like nature's candy, bursting with flavor and goodness. Timmy's mouth watered at the thought of biting into a sweet, juicy orange. Harvesting during the start of winter is not just about gathering food, Farmer Joe explained. It's also about saying thank you to the earth for providing us with such wonderful gifts. It's a time of gratitude and celebration. As the day went on, Timmy and his friends joined in the harvest. They carefully picked ripe fruits and gathered colorful vegetables, feeling a sense of connection to the land. By the end of the day, they returned to Granny Rose's cottage with baskets full of nature's bounty. They felt a newfound appreciation for the hard work and love that went into growing and harvesting food. The start of winter wasn't just about cold weather, it was also a time of abundance and gratitude for the gifts of the earth. They couldn't wait to learn more about the wonderful traditions that awaited them. As the start of winter settled in, Timmy and his friends found themselves in the heart of a lively village. Colorful lanterns adorned the streets, and the air was filled with laughter and excitement. This is where the magic happens, Granny Rose exclaimed, her eyes twinkling with delight. After start of winter, people come together for special celebrations. Timmy's heart skipped a beat. He loved celebrations and the happiness they brought. People gather for big feasts, Granny Rose continued, where tables are filled with delicious dishes and sweet treats. It's like a grand party with lots of yummy food. Timmy's imagination ran wild with visions of tables piled high with all his favorite foods. There are also special ceremonies, Granny Rose added, where people come together to wish for safety and a bountiful harvest in the coming months. It's like sending little wishes up to the sky. Timmy's friends eagerly nodded, excited to be a part of such meaningful ceremonies. The celebrations are filled with music and dance, Granny Rose explained. People sing cheerful songs and dance to lively tunes. It's like a big, happy dance party. Timmy couldn't help but move his feet to an imaginary beat, imagining the joyous dances. It's a time for families and friends to come together, Granny Rose emphasized, to share laughter, stories, and good wishes for the winter ahead. It's like wrapping each other in a warm, cozy blanket of love. Timmy and his friends looked at each other with wide smiles. They couldn't wait to be a part of these wonderful celebrations. As the night fell, lanterns were lit, casting a warm glow over the village. The celebrations began, and Timmy and his friends joined in the festivities with hearts full of joy. They danced, they laughed, and they made heartfelt wishes for safety and abundance. It was a night they would always remember, filled with the magic of community and the promise of a bountiful winter. With grateful hearts, they returned to Granny Rose's cottage, their spirits lifted and their faces beaming with happiness. The start of winter wasn't just about cold weather, it was also a time of coming together, celebrating, and spreading love and good wishes to all. They couldn't wait to explore more of the enchanting traditions that awaited them. The evening after the start of winter, Timmy and his friends gathered by a shimmering river. The night was calm, and the stars sparkled like diamonds in the sky. "Tonight is something truly magical," Granny Rose whispered with a twinkle in her eye. "We're going to light water lanterns." Timmy's eyes widened with wonder. He had never seen anything like this before. "People celebrate by lighting these special lanterns," Granny Rose explained. "They're like little boats with glowing hearts, and they symbolize a guiding light and hope for the new season. It's like sending messages of hope down a sparkling river." Timmy imagined little lantern boats floating down the river, carrying messages of love and hope. "Each person gets to decorate their own lantern," Granny Rose continued. "They draw pictures, write messages, and add little trinkets to make it uniquely theirs. It's like creating a tiny piece of art that carries their hopes and dreams." Timmy's friends eagerly gathered around tables covered with colorful papers, markers, and tiny treasures. They carefully crafted their lanterns, each one a masterpiece of creativity and love. As the lanterns float on the water, Granny Rose said, "People watch them with hopeful hearts. It's like watching a river of dreams and wishes light up the night." Timmy imagined the river aglow with the warm light of the lanterns, and he could feel the hope and love in the air. "It's a tradition that reminds us to keep our hearts open and full of hope," Granny Rose emphasized. "No matter how cold the winter may get, our dreams and wishes will always light the way." As the night settled in, Timmy and his friends gently placed their lanterns in the water. They watched in awe as the lanterns floated away, their soft light casting a beautiful reflection on the river. They stood hand in hand, hearts full of hope and dreams, knowing that their lanterns were carrying their messages to the universe. With a sense of peace and warmth, they returned to Granny Rose's cottage, feeling like they had just been a part of something truly extraordinary. The start of winter was more than just a date on the calendar. It was a time of magical traditions that filled their hearts with hope and wonder. They couldn't wait to discover even more enchanting customs that awaited them. The day after the lantern celebrations, Timmy and his friends woke up to a bright and sunny morning. Granny Rose had a new adventure planned for them. Today, we're going to plant trees, Granny Rose announced with a smile. Start of winter is a perfect time to make our world more beautiful and keep nature healthy and strong. Timmy's eyes lit up with excitement. He loved the idea of planting trees and helping the environment. They all gathered in a lush, open field where rows of young saplings awaited them. Each tree is like a tiny green friend, Granny Rose explained. They'll grow tall and strong, providing homes for birds and shade for people. It's like welcoming new members to our big natural family. Timmy and his friends eagerly picked up shovels and started digging holes for the little trees. Be gentle, Granny Rose reminded them. We want to make sure each tree has a comfy home to grow in. As they planted the saplings, Timmy imagined them growing tall and strong, their leaves rustling in the wind. After we plant the trees, we'll give them a little drink of water, Granny Rose said. It's like giving them a refreshing sip after a long journey. Timmy and his friends carefully watered each sapling, making sure they felt loved and cared for. Planting trees is like giving a gift to the earth, Granny Rose emphasized. It's our way of saying thank you for all the beauty and goodness nature gives us. Timmy felt a warm glow in his heart. He knew that every tree they planted was a small step towards making the world a better place. As the day came to an end, Timmy and his friends looked out at the field of newly planted trees. They felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They returned to Granny Rose's cottage with smiles on their faces, knowing that they had played a part in making the world a greener, more beautiful place. The start of winter wasn't just about keeping warm, it was also about keeping the earth happy and healthy. They couldn't wait to uncover more amazing traditions that awaited them. The next day, Timmy and his friends woke up to a chilly morning. Granny Rose had a surprise in store for them. Today, we're going to visit some special restaurants, Granny Rose announced with a twinkle in her eye. In the winter, these places get very busy because they serve delicious and hearty dishes that give people lots of energy to stay warm. Timmy's stomach rumbled with excitement. He loved trying new foods. They strolled through the charming village, passing houses with smoke swirling from their chimneys. The air was filled with the inviting scent of cooked meals. As they arrived at the first restaurant, Timmy noticed a sign that read "Winter Warmers." "This is one of the coziest places in town," Granny Rose explained. "They're known for their amazing ginger duck and lamb stew. These dishes are like a warm hug for your tummy." Timmy and his friends settled into a cozy corner and eagerly ordered the special dishes. When the food arrived, it looked and smelled absolutely delicious. As Timmy took his first bite, a wave of warmth spread through his body. The flavors were rich and comforting, and he could feel the energy filling him up. After finishing their meal, they visited another restaurant called Hearty Haven. Here, they enjoyed a feast of hearty soups and savory pies. "These dishes are like a winter adventure for your taste buds," Granny Rose exclaimed. Timmy and his friends savored every bite, feeling grateful for the wonderful food and the cozy atmosphere. Visiting winter restaurants is not just about eating, Granny Rose explained. It's also about sharing warmth and laughter with friends and family. Timmy couldn't agree more. He felt so lucky to be surrounded by good food and even better company. As they left the last restaurant, Timmy looked around at the bustling village. He could see families and friends enjoying their meals, their faces glowing with happiness. They returned to Granny Rose's cottage, their hearts full of contentment. The winter restaurants had been a delightful adventure, and Timmy couldn't wait to see what other surprises awaited them. The start of winter was turning out to be a season of warmth, both inside and out. The morning after their delightful restaurant adventure, Timmy and his friends woke up to a day filled with excitement. Granny Rose had something special planned. "Today is an important day called Down Yuan Festival," Granny Rose announced. "It's a time when people put on special performances to say thank you for safety and to wish for good luck." Timmy's eyes widened in anticipation. He loved performances. They made their way to the village square, where a stage was set up with colorful decorations. The air was filled with an air of anticipation. As they settled into their seats, the first performance began. Dancers twirled and leaped, their colorful costumes swirling around them. The music was lively and filled the square with joy. "This dance is called the safety dance," Granny Rose whispered to Timmy. "It's a way for people to express their gratitude for being safe and sound." Timmy watched in awe, captivated by the graceful movements of the dancers. He could feel the happiness and thankfulness in the air. Next came a group of actors performing a play. The story was about a brave hero who protected the village from a mischievous spirit. The audience cheered as the hero triumphed. This play reminds us of the importance of bravery and looking out for one another, Granny Rose explained. Timmy couldn't agree more. He felt inspired by the story and the courage of the hero. After the performances, the villagers gathered for a special ceremony. They lit candles and sent them floating down a serene river, their light dancing on the water's surface. It's like sending our wishes and gratitude out into the world, Granny Rose said, her eyes twinkling. Timmy closed his eyes and made a silent wish, feeling a deep sense of gratitude in his heart. As they walked back to Granny Rose's cottage, Timmy felt a warm glow inside. The Down Yuan Festival had been a day of celebration and thankfulness, a beautiful way to honor safety and good fortune. He couldn't wait to share the stories of their adventures with his family and friends. The start of winter was proving to be a season of warmth, gratitude, and wonderful traditions. After the magical Down Yuan Festival, Timmy and his friends gathered around Granny Rose to learn more about the special sayings and traditions of start of winter. During this time, people have sayings that help remind us of the importance of taking care of ourselves, Granny Rose explained. She shared some of the sayings with them. One of them is boost in winter, mouth not empty. It means that we should eat nourishing foods in winter to keep ourselves strong and healthy. Timmy nodded, understanding the wisdom behind the saying. Eating well was important, especially in the cold months. Granny Rose continued, another saying is fields empty after winter begins. This reminds us that after the start of winter, the fields may not have as much to offer, so it's important to harvest and prepare in advance. Timmy thought about the farmers they had seen during their adventures, working hard to gather their crops before winter set in. It made sense now. Granny Rose also taught them about other traditions. Some families light a special candle on the first day of start of winter. It's a way to bring light and warmth into their homes. Timmy imagined the cozy glow of candlelight filling a room and felt a sense of comfort. Others might make a special dish or perform a little dance to welcome the season, Granny Rose added. Timmy's friends exchanged excited glances. They loved the idea of creating their own traditions to celebrate start of winter. As the day came to an end, Timmy and his friends gathered around Granny Rose, feeling grateful for all the wonderful stories and lessons she had shared. Start of winter was turning out to be a time of warmth, togetherness, and learning. Timmy couldn't wait to take these newfound traditions and share them with his family and friends back home. The season was filled with so much magic and wisdom, and he felt truly blessed to have experienced it all. The morning after their special Down Yuan festival celebration, Timmy and his friends woke up to a bright, crisp day. They were excited to learn about the last chapter of Start of Winter traditions. Granny Rose led them to a nearby farm where they met Farmer Joe. He had a big smile on his face and was eager to show them what winter preparations were all about. Start of winter is a time when we get our fields ready for the colder months, Farmer Joe explained. We want our land to rest and be prepared for the next growing season. Timmy and his friends looked around at the fields. They saw farmers working hard, clearing away leftover crops and tending to the soil. We tidy up the land, removing any old plants and debris, Farmer Joe continued. This helps keep the soil healthy and ready for the next round of planting. As they walked through the fields, Timmy noticed bags of special winter grains. "What are these for?" he asked. "These are the seeds we plant for winter," Farmer Joe explained. They're specially chosen to grow strong and healthy even in the cold weather. Timmy's eyes widened with curiosity. He imagined the tiny seeds growing into sturdy plants, ready to face the winter chill. The children helped Farmer Joe with some of the tasks. They carefully cleared away old plants and even had a chance to plant a few winter grains themselves. It was hard work, but it felt good knowing they were helping nature get ready for winter. As the day came to an end, Farmer Joe thanked Timmy and his friends for their help. "You've been wonderful helpers," he said. "Now, you know how important it is to get our fields ready for winter." Timmy and his friends headed back to Granny Rose's house, tired but happy. They had learned so much about the special traditions of Start of Winter. It was a time of preparation, togetherness, and gratitude. As they sat by the fireplace that evening, Timmy couldn't help but feel a sense of contentment. Start of winter was truly a magical time, and he was grateful to have been a part of it. The next morning, Timmy and his friends woke up to a world covered in a soft, white blanket of snow. They couldn't believe their eyes. It was like a winter wonderland. Granny Rose had one more surprise in store for them. "Today, we're going to have some winter fun," she exclaimed with a twinkle in her eye. They bundled up in their warmest clothes and headed outside. The first thing they did was build a snowman. Timmy and his friends rolled big snowballs and stacked them one on top of the other. They gave him a carrot nose and used coal for his eyes and buttons. Their snowman looked friendly and welcoming, standing tall in the snowy yard. They named him Frosty, and he seemed to smile back at them. Next, they decided to have a snowball fight. They giggled and laughed as they scooped up fluffy snow and threw it at each other. Snowflakes flew through the air, and everyone had a blast dodging and giggling. After their snowy battle, they took a break to make snow angels. They lay down in the snow and moved their arms and legs to create angel shapes. When they got up, they saw the imprints of their angels in the snow, looking like delicate sculptures. Granny Rose joined in the fun, too. She showed them how to ice skate on a frozen pond nearby. Timmy had never skated before, but with Granny Rose's patient guidance, he started to get the hang of it. They glided across the ice, feeling the cold air on their faces and the thrill of moving so smoothly. It was an exhilarating experience, and Timmy couldn't stop smiling. As the day drew to a close, they gathered around a bonfire Granny Rose had built. They roasted marshmallows and told stories, their faces glowing with warmth and happiness. Timmy realized that start of winter wasn't just about preparing for the cold. It was also a time to enjoy the magic and beauty of the season. He felt grateful for the special moments he had shared with Granny Rose and his friends. As they headed back inside, Timmy knew he would always cherish the memories of this start of winter. It was a time of tradition, togetherness, and pure winter fun.